kanye namaklasi e-learner wellness okungukuzilolonga ngokomqondo kanye nomzimba. Lezi zifundo zethulwa nsuku zonke kusukela ngoMsombuluko kuya ngoLwesihlanu kuqala ngehora lesi-4 kuya kwelesihlanu u-4 kuya ku-5 ntambama nangomgqibelo kusukela ligamanxe ihora lesi-8 8:30 kuze kugamanxe ihora lokuqala emini 1:30. Zithameleni futhi lezi zifundo emsakazweni Ukhozi FM njalo ngoLwesine kusukela ngo-9 kuya ku-10 ebusuku. Ningangena ekhasini lethu lika-Facebook elithi GoDigitalSA_movement noma kwi-YouTube uthi GoDigitalSA Foundation. Siyethemba nizolijabulela lolu hlelo oluhlose ukunifundisa futhi lulekelele kulokho enikufunda ezikoleni zenu. Luthokozeleni-ke lolu hlelo nimeme nabo bonke abanye abafundi bebanga le-12 grade 12 ukuze nabo bazuze kulo futhi nonke nicijeleke ukuphumelela kwizivivinyo zenu zokuphela konyaka.
Siyanemukela abafundi bebanga le-10 umatikuletsheni. Igama uSibusiso Dlamini, nguthisha we-accounting. Ngiba njalo ngalesikhathi njalo ngoMsombuluko kusukela ngehora lesi-4 kuze yosha ihora lesi-5. Bafundi sizonilekelela ke sihlakule sonke indima sibone ukuthi uzophumana. Soqala ke namhlanje uyakhumbula ukuthi last week ngeviki eliphelile besenza i-topic ye-manufacturing question 2 kaSeptember 2019. Kune-question esalile laphana e-5 marks siqedela yona bese siqalisa namhlanje kuyona i-manufacturing. Ngeviki elizayo if sikwazi ukuqeda namhlanje sokuqalisa i-cash budget isekuyona njalo i-cost management accounting. Kune-question lapha ka-5 marks 2.1.2 on September 2019. Calculate the net profit on 28th of February 2019 for 5 marks. Okunye bese sesikwenzile ke last week. Iyona question esele nje le. Soqala ngayo siqedele khona uzobona mfundi. Lapha kufanele kube nayo i-understanding ye-income statement. We are saying sales less cost of sales is equal to gross profit. Bese other operating expenses. Sibe ne-selling and distribution as well as administration cost. Then sithola ke i-net profit le ebuzwe laphana mfundi. So sinawo ama-sales sinawo la on the question. Nathi figure ama-sales engu 6. Okay, the figure of the sales it's 6,390,000. It's a figure for the sales there, mfundi. Right, we already have the format here. And then the cost of sales, now I figure cost of sales 3,337,000 in brackets. Right, then sesiyabala ke manje sesiyabala sithola i-gross profit yethu. So sino 6 siyabala manje 6,390,000 minus 33,70,123. Okay, sorry, 6,390 123 minus 3,337. Okay, nansi figure yethu sitholayo ye gross profit engu 305,000. Okay, that's a figure for the gross profit. And then check laphana ukuthi asinayo ni selling and distribution or dispatch. Nansi selling and distribution. We have 603,000, right? And then the administration cost engu 810. If you add konke ke lokhu mfundi kuzosinikeza ifigure yethu lapha phezulu operating expense yethu. Okay, so we add all this 603,000 plus 810, 3,000. So nansi figure yethu. Okay, then sesithola ke lento akade beyibuzile lapha, calculate the net profit for the year. We are getting a net profit for the year now. 305.3 less 141. So that's a net profit for the year, 1640,000. So we are also told 5 marks wakho lapha mfundi. If I can go back, says less cost, main cost of sales is equal to gross profit, and then operating expenses. Now my operating expenses way to these other departments. Uzokhumbula ke mfundi ngeke ngakhuluma with these other departments. Remember, manufacturing is all about this. Let me just take you back quickly. We said we've got 3 departments. We said we have 3 departments, right? Said we have 3 departments, right? So we have administration. So we have administration here, right? This is administration. We have manufacturing. And then we have selling and distribution. Selling and distribution. Right. So this department, it goes to the production cost statement, and therefore other 2 departments. Here you find chairs, as I was saying last time. Chairs here. There's a chair and a table. Computers. Right here, there's a big machine there. Right, there's a big machine. There's a conveyor belt there. There's a broomer there. That's where everything takes place. Right, and then here there are a lot of boxes here, a lot of stock here at the selling and distribution. And then we have cars here. We have cars. We have cars who are coming to take our product, right? So we've got a lot of cars here to come and distribute and take our product. So now, if you do income statement, you focus on these two departments, the selling and distribution as well as the administration. Okay, siyabonga ke. Usutholile ko 5 marks esiqedile kulenza le paper. We are still continuing with the manufacturing. Let's have a look at activity 6.4. It's an exam question even now. Long check on that one. That activity 64. Right, let's have a look at that one. Activity 64. Yes, activity 64. At the beginning. Yes. Thank you. Your only question lessons are okay, bafundi. Right. Okay. So laphana mfundi kamatibletsheni uyubuzwa ama question lapha kuthiwa study the information given and answer the following. Colorful Pens is a South African-based manufacturer business. They make variety of pens, but have not been very successful in promoting their product in overseas markets. The following information was made available. Okay, I always encourage abafundi ukuthi equation bafanele bayifunde more than once, right? Colorful Pens is a South African based manufacturing business. They make variety of pens, but have not been very successful in promoting their products in overseas markets. The following information was extracted to have production cost statement. The extract, we have income statement for the year ended. Note number 1, there was no working in progress at the end. Therefore, the total manufacturing cost and total cost of production of finished goods. Okay, let's go to the question. Study the information given to answer the following. Calculate the amounts or units as denoted by A to G. So lapha kufanele sibaleke A to G. Okay, this question is taken from one of the questions from the Free State Activity 64. Okay, okay, let's look at A, our A there. Okay, I'm calculating A. Let me try to push it up a bit. Okay, yeah. A. Okay, yes, that is A. They were calculating A, and then B up until to G, right? A is based on the production cost statement, right? A is based on the production cost statement. Okay, A, we have to get the number of units of production. Prime cost, C, factory overheads, prime cost per unit, factory overheads, C, total manufacturing cost, D. Okay, okay, let's start again. Let's start first thing first. What we have to do here. Okay, we are not going to get A as yet. Firstly, we have to get a number of units produced. We are not told what is the number of units produced. We are not told. So let's start with the number of units produced. Let me just start with that. Number of units produced. Okay, firstly, number of units produced. Number of units produced. So let's get the number of units produced, but we have direct material and per unit of direct material each. So that's what we have to do. 134. Okay, raw material, direct raw material divided by per unit. We divide there by 1.10. So you get now, okay, let's calculate that one. 134, 200, okay, 1,342,000 divided by 1.10. So a number of units produced, let me just use another color. It's 122, right? A number of units produced, 1220,000. That's a number of units produced. Okay, sesoqhubeka ke bafundi ngoba nathi into yokuqala ofuneke uyenze to calculate the number of units produced. Then again, you can be in a position ukuthi usungakwazi ukuthi ubale A. Now let's go to the question. There was no way where we can calculate A without getting a number of units produced. anything. For instance, if they say but calculate a prime cost per unit, you go to the prime cost divide by number of units produced, or makuthiwa calculate ama factory overheads cost, we have ma overheads divide the number of unit produced. In this case besingenayo number of unit produced, but besinayo per unit ne raw material, so we siya kwi direct raw material we divide per unit each price, and therefore thole a number of unit produced, right? So now sesingakwazi ukuthi sibale u-A ke now. So u-A, this is a direct labor cost. That is our A, direct labor cost per unit. Direct labor cost, direct labor cost per unit. Right? Very simply, you go to the figure of direct labor, you divide by number of unit produced, the one that we are calculating. Right? There's a number of direct labor there, 1098,000. Divide by number of units produced, 1220000. Right? And then the answer there will be 2. Sorry, will be 90 rand, not 2. So we get now, okay, let's calculate 1098,000 divide by 1220123. Okay, we get 90. So it's 90 rand there. 0.90. Okay, it's 90 rand. And then let's calculate UB. Let's go to UB. What is B? Prime cost per unit. Right? Prime cost per unit. Now it's prime cost UB. Segu B. Yes, segu B. Now B wethu. Yes, now B calculate B up there on the units. Yes. So we are saying prime costs. Remember, a prime cost, direct raw material plus direct labor is equal to a prime cost. So prime cost, we call it prime cost. Okay, we say prime cost or direct cost. Direct cost per unit this time around, per unit. So you go to the figure of the prime cost. Now there's a figure 2.40,000 divided by a per unit, the one that we calculated there, our per unit 1,220,000. Okay, let's calculate and see what is our B. Okay, we're calculating the prime costs per unit. Okay, 2. Okay, that is 2 rand. So we get 2 rand here. So our B is 2 rand, right? Let me go back once more. Number of units produced, we already calculated. We get 1,220,000, and then we direct labor costing. You go to the direct, labor, you divide by number of units produced, the one that you calculated up there, it's here. And then prime cost or direct cost, you take the figure of the prime cost to divide by number of units produced, that is B. So now let's go to C. Let's go to C. We are still on the production cost statement up there. Okay, let's go to C now. Mfundi, metric. Okay, C now. Let's go on C. Send it C. C is factory overheads. Okay, C is factory overheads. factory overheads. Factory overheads cost. Right, factory overhead. Remember, factory overheads, according to the terminology of financial accounting, these are the expenses. But in terms of costing, sibiza ngokuthi overheads, excluding administration and selling and marketing expense. Okay, these are the overheads. We don't say expenses, overheads. Right. The question we are looking now, we are given effect overheads per unit. So we are looking for the amount. It's very simple. We take per unit 60 cents, right, times by a number of units produced. Remember, a number of units produced, we have it here already. We already calculated there at the beginning on A, so we times by 1, 2, 2 by number of units produced. Right. Then sithole i-answer yethu. Sicalculate ke mfundi, together 0.60 sorry, times by 122,000. Okay, 1,220,000. Then sole 73. Okay, that's it. Nanti figure is it line after calculating. Okay, we are saying it times by 000. That's the figure there. When I figure it is it lapha ku C. Then siyaqhubeka siyowenza senza u-D. Siyaqhubeka senza u-D now. U-D, we are still answering the question. Calculate the amounts units as donated by A to G. So siyawenza u-D now. Okay, senza u-D. U-D, total manufacturing cost. Okay, simple here now. Okay, by definition, what is total manufacturing cost? We are saying prime cost. Okay, total manufacturing cost. Okay, total manufacturing cost is equal to prime cost plus factory overheads plus factory overheads costs. So what is our prime cost? We did calculated the prime cost. In fact, we are given the prime cost. We don't have to calculate. Let's go back on the table, the first one on the prime cost. So the prime cost we are given there. Okay, let's look at the prime cost, the one that we are given, the parallel to UB. So we have prime cost there 240,000 plus the factory overhead we calculated here. It's here the one that we are calculating, that is 732,000. So we are getting now total manufacturing cost. Okay, let's add now mfundi. So I have 2,440,23 plus 732,000. So sithola u-31,702,000. So there's a figure, right? That's a figure that we are getting after adding. So that is our total manufacturing cost, is our D. Now let's go to the second table of the one of income statement. Remember, income statement says Sometimes they call it's a bridge income statement or just income statement. Income statement nje emfushane. So we have sales, less cost of sales, gross profit, selling and distribution, administration, and net profit. Table lesibili, yes. Yona table leli. So lapha nakhona kufuneka EFG. Okay, so calculator. Nakhona we are not given a number of sales, right? So sizokwenza lapha a number of sales, number of units sold, right? Siqale ngayo a number of units sold. Okay, let's see siqale kwi question enje. Okay, number of units sold. Okay, number of units sold. Okay, sibhala ke manje number of units sold. Okay, lo kade senzile lapha nakozana. Okay, this is a number. Okay, this is E. Okay, number of units sold. Okay, number of units sold. We do have sales. We have to say sales, right? Sales divide by number of units. Divide by sales per unit. So the figure of the sales there is 4240 1 2 3 and divide by 4 rand, right? And then sibone ukuthi what is the number of unit. Okay, so we have 424 divided by 4 rand. So we are getting that answer 10. Okay, yes, yes, that is UE there. So we're getting 10. Okay, let me use another color here. Stola 10. Okay, here's another color. 10 60,000. This is the number of units sold. Okay, this is the number of units sold there. Mfundi kamatibletsheni. Then sesingakwazi ukuphendula uE now. Sorry, we can answer uE now. Singakwazi ukuthi siphendule uE now. Okay, you can answer uE. Then uE, let's calculate selling and distribution cost. Right, selling and distribution. So selling and distribution costs. Kumbula is selling and distribution cost. Another term, it's dispatch. So then we can answer now like we did there. The figure of selling and distribution cost 848,000 times by unit sold. The one is swabale phezulu. Then we get the answer. We get our E. So siyabala, sibale together. 848,000 times by 10, 6, 1, 2, 3. Then sithole answer yethu ke mfundi. Our answer there for, sorry, not divide there, not what I'm saying. We have to divide here. Okay, not multiply, but it's divide. Okay, let's change it here. Okay, so our figure, okay, it's divide then, not multiply. So we have 848,000 divide by 1060,000. Yes, it's 8 rand. Is just put, okay, not 8 rand, but 80 cent, 0.8. Yeah, we have 0.8 there for UE. Right, 0.8. Not 8 rand, 0.8. So please just divide that, don't multiply. Okay. You multiply, if you have to multiply, so which means you'll be saying selling distribution times this one, therefore you'll be getting something else. You have to divide it then. Okay. And then let's go to administration. Administration, it's F. Okay, let's look at administration. Okay. Administration. Administration costs. Administration costs. So administration cost iyafana nalapha ku C. Mama check lapha ku table yokuqala ku C. Use the same analogy or the same method. Yabona? So we'll say number of units sold times by this one. So we already have the number of units sold. 1060,000 times by 10 cent, 0.10. Okay, sibaleni sibone ukuthi sithola bani mfundi. So we have 1060. Okay, 1060,000 times by 10 cent. Right, sithole lapha we get 10,600,000. That is our F. Okay, F wethu loyana. And then say the last one, UG. UG ilento asiqale ngayo net profit. What is the net profit? Okay, so sesimfaka la UG. Okay, let's look at G there. G. G for gold. Okay. G, it's a net profit. What is net profit? Okay. Let's check in a single so net profit less selling and distribution less administration. You already have those figures. So net profit is equal to gross profit. Gross profit minus selling and distribution costs minus administration cost. Right. So what is our gross profit? We do have the gross profit. Let's put the figures now. There's no need for us to put this. Let's put the figures now. Okay, but we're doing it just for clarity. So we have the figure there of a gross profit is 1060,000 minus selling and distribution. It's 848,000. Administration. Remember, we calculated administration. Administration was F. Nansi la phezulu. Nansi administration yethu. Nangu F wethu la phezulu. Yambona esimbali lesithe 10,600. Right. There's a figure here. Right. So sesithola net profit yethu ke mfundi. Usuqedile ama marks onke uyawathatha awakho. Right. So sesiyabala ke manje u1060 1 2 3 minus 848,000 less 10,600. So sitholile answer yakho egcineni uthola 10,600. This is our net profit. So sesiphendulile question yokuqala ke number 1, calculate amounts or units as donated by A to G. Okay, siyaqhubeka manje mfundi siya ku question 2 on the same question paper. Sesiqedile manje. So question 2 in the same question paper. Provide 2 reasons why, for the year ended, increase or decrease in respect of the following. Right, provide reasons. Okay, what can be the reason? Okay, provide 2 reasons for the year ended, increase or decrease in respect of the following. So 2.1, so we have 2 there, 2, and then 2.1. So we have direct material, yes, we have direct material, costs, direct material cost, right? Provide 2 reasons for the year on a year increase or decrease irrespective of the following, right? Note, do not state increase or decrease in number of units manufactured or sold as possible answer. Okay, let's go and look at the direct material. What happened in the direct material? Let's look at the table there on the first table. What happened on the direct material? Remember, we are given direct material for 2016 and 2017. What happened there? Direct material, it used to be 720,000 in 2016, but in 2017 it's 1,342,000. So it went up. So there was an increase. So you're going to write now an increase in 2017, increase in the cost of raw material. Okay, so there was an increase there. Okay, or if you are, you can even also answer in this way. You can start from 2016, compare then 2017 increased, and then you state the reason. What can be the reason that can cause raw material to increase? Okay, let's we can even do it like we are doing the ratios. Okay, so increase, you can say direct raw material, comma 2016 increase. Okay, 2016 was not increase, was 720. Okay, can say direct raw material, comma 2016 was 720,000, right? Comma 2017 is 1,342,000. So increase. So there was an increase there. If you don't want to say increase, you can say decline or improve. So there was an increase. You can even go as far as increase by. So the difference between from this year than last year. So 134,000, right? Less 720,000. So increase by 622,000, right? What can be the reason? So now what can be the reason for the direct raw material to went up, right? What can be the reason? Okay, reasons. What can be the reason for the raw material to increase? So it can be due to inflation rate. Inflation rate. Remember, the definition of the inflation occurs whereby total goods and services increased, okay, or went up in a country. That is, it can be also wastage or theft. Can be due to theft. Okay, let's say maybe due to theft. It can be due to theft. One of the things that they can make raw material to increase, or wastage. Mfundi ufuneka ubhale kahle la equation open, there's no only one answer that you can write here. Or maybe it can be due to transport. Maybe we are buying it fana, we are buying it abroad or overseas. Due to transport or due to increase of transport. Okay. Due to transportation, transport or carriage. Or can say carriage on purchases. So the number of reasons ziningi izathu ezingenza la ukuthi i-raw material i-increase. Question yakho le ufuneka ubhale ungashiyi lutho ke emfundi, right? Yeah, these are some of the things that can cause raw material to increase. Let's say maybe raw material ibinga increasanga ibe decrease, right? Nakhona ubuzofika ubhale uthi increase, you start from last year vis-a-vis this year and then increase by, then you write the difference and then the reasons. Let's say raw material this time around it was a decrease, it went down. So what can be the reason? Maybe we change the supplier, we are buying it like locally, so, or we train our staff are more effective and efficient, right? There's no wastage now, right? So those are some of the reasons, because the question might be either increase or decrease. Okay, let's look at question yes, Billy. 2.2, right? 2.2, right? Okay, 2.2, it's a direct labor. Direct labor. Direct labor. Direct labor cost. Right, direct labor costs. Okay. Let's have a look what happened on the direct labor. Okay, spege with table 1 footy. Let's go to table 1 once more for the direct, okay, for the direct labor. Spege with table 1 what happened on the direct labor. 2016 is 900,000 and then 2017 is 1098,000. So indeed it went up. Okay, then we are saying now 2016 was 900,000, right? 900,000, and then 2017 we are saying comma 2017 is we are still here on the direct labor, it's 1098,000. So indeed there's an increase. Okay, let's get the difference. It increased by what? 10,980 less 900. So it increased by 198,000, right? Increased by, okay, increased by 198,000. Okay, let's look at the reason that can cause indirect labor to went up. So these are reasons. These are reasons. What can be the reason for the direct labor to went up? Okay. Okay, direct labor is increased now. So what can be the reason for the direct labor to actually to went up? It's also an open question, right? Maybe we employ more workers. So it pushes, or maybe there was an overtime, maybe due to overtime. You can just say overtime, or say due to overtime, or we open other branches, right? So we need more workers if we open other branches. Okay, the business has grown, so open other branches or more branches. right? Or maybe now we are having a well-trained staff, so we are paying them a higher amount because they are well-trained. Okay, well-trained workers. So it pushes up the direct labor. So you have to answer this question along this line. But kodwa into abayishilo la mfundi bathe just only two reasons, and we are giving more than that so that we can have more options. Okay, so we factory overhead now 2.3, right? 2.3 factory overheads. Factory overheads cost. Factory overhead cost. So still on table 1. Factory overhead cost. Uzokhumbula factory overhead yethu sicalculated, it was 173. Ngisayikhumbula namanje. It was 73, sorry. Factory overheads. Nansi factory overhead yethu. Yona fike lapha kusile yani. Yabona. So siya check, it was 450 last year. It was 450 2016. This year it's 73. 700 and okay, yes, it's 73,000. That is for 2016. For 2017. 2016 was 450. Okay, so there's a figure esizosebenzisa to compare. So indeed, also overhead has went up, right? You are saying now factory overheads 2016 was 450,000, comma 2017 is we write this figure now is the one that we calculated is 773,000. So increased by, then you get the difference now, because we don't want to leave any account uncycled. Even at marking center, they can try to change the memo when you put all the facts here. So even if they can change the memo, we get all the marks, all of it, our marks. So it increased by 28. So we have 28,000. Okay, the factory overhead went up. Let's go to the reasons. What can be the reason that can cause the overheads to increase? Remember, my overheads, these are the expenses, right? What can cause? Maybe it's due to inflation, but just try not to repeat one and the same thing, but I'll give you more options here. Inflation, okay, or maybe we hire more staff. We hired more staff. Alternatively, one of the things that can push the overheads to went up, it can be also okay, the inflation, yes, and hire more staff. Okay, that can be also another reason there. Okay, another one can be water and electricity, perhaps. You see, overall increase in cost. Okay, it can be overall increase. Overall increase. Or maybe there was a crisis. For instance, like even now as a country, we are facing a crisis called COVID-19. Maybe there was a crisis in a country, right? So maybe the country was facing a crisis. Maybe there was a crisis in the country or in the world. You know that most of the food, for instance, or most of the items now are scarce. So there can be a number of reasons that can cause this. Or maybe we are buying it far now. You see, it's no longer available nearby, therefore we have to buy it overseas. Maybe we have to purchase far, so transport as well can be also affect. So we have to be ready for this question. Okay, let's go to the question question 3. Okay, question not 3, sorry, 2.4. It's a selling price and distribution. Okay, selling price and distribution. Right, cost. Okay, you do the same. You are saying 2016 was, okay, what happened on the selling price and distribution? That's a second table there, selling price and distribution. Okay, let's go and get there. Remember, we did calculate on E. We did calculate E there. E simbalile sathola ifigure ye selling price. That's the one. So thina sithole bani on the selling price? No, it's selling price figure we were given for last year. It was 285,750, and this year it's 848. So the figure went up. There was also an increase. So 2016 was in brackets 285,750, right? Comma 2017 is 848,000. So indeed there was an increase by, so there was an increase by, so the difference between the two, so 848,000 less 285,750. So increased by 5,622.50. Okay, then the reasons. What can be the reason? The reason for the selling price and distribution to went up. Remember, we are selling maybe our selling price and distribution, that is good for the business, by the way. If selling price, so which means maybe we advertise more or advertising more, or we revisited our advertising policy. Okay, can say maybe advertise more. Maybe we've been advertising more recently, right? Another that maybe we have more sales, because more sales, if we advertise more, therefore we'll be getting more sales. Maybe we're having new clients or new customers. Okay, more customers. So it's just an open question, this one. Wonke umfundi ufuneka abhale la question afana lawa ungayibambezeli mfundi. Okay, ngicela ukuthatha question yokugcina ye break even point. Calculate the break even point. Right, break even point. Okay, remember I break even point mfundi. Question 3. Right, calculate the break even point for both years, okay, for 2016 and 2017. Okay, let's go to the formula of the break even point. Break even point, right? Break even point, remember, break even point emanates from the graph, this graph here, right? This is the fixed cost and this is the variable cost, and therefore at a point of it, okay, here we have these are y-axis, these are x-axis, right? Here we have price or costs. The price lena iyehla iyenyuka. I-behavior ye price is very simple. Iya increase noma iya decrease. Here with the y-axis, this is time. Here at the point of intersection whereby price and variable cost or fixed cost they intersect, so this is a break even. So we break even here. Above than this point, the business is making a profit here. Below than this point, the business is making a loss, right? So let's go to the formula now. The formula is saying fixed cost over selling price per unit less variable cost per unit, right? But we have to understand this figure, the formula of the fixed cost, right? Fixed cost, the formula is factory overheads, plus the first department. Let me just take you there on the first department quickly. I did show you this afternoon what was the first department when I was showing you the sketch, right? The first department, right? We said the first department is administration, right? So you need to understand that this is the first department. You see, that's the first department there, administration. This is the first department, right? Here, and this is the last department, selling and distribution. So plus administration, right? That's a formula that you have to know. Then another one for the variable cost, we are saying prime cost plus the last department. Last department is selling and distribution. So we are saying selling and distribution. Selling and distribution. So we put the figure. Let's calculate 2017. Okay, let's start with 2016. It's fine. 2016. Let's check. What is the fixed cost? We don't have the fixed cost. You can see there's no fixed cost, but we can calculate a fixed cost. Fixed cost is factory overhead. We have the figure of the factory overheads. Right? This is the figure of factory overheads, 450. So we have 450 here, 1,000, right? Plus, right? Factory overheads here, right? And then we have administration. So we do have 2016 administration. This is 285,750. Right, we must add this. That would be our numerator then. So if you add this one, would be our numerator. So let's add 453 plus 285,750. So our numerator here is 735,750. Selling and distribution is 4 rand. We are given there 4 rand. Selling price per unit. So selling price per unit. If variable cost we are not given, we have to calculate. So this is a formula for the variable cost. Prime cost, we have the prime cost here for 2016. Remember, we are using 2016 for now, right? Prime cost for 2016, that's the prime cost for 2016. 1,620,000 plus selling and distribution for 2016. No, here we put it the wrong figure. It was supposed to be administration here. Selling and distribution, it comes here 285,750. Ngicabanga ukuthi isikhathi sethu sesiyaphelela. Lungile into esizoyenza, sizoqhubeka lapha ngesikhathi esizayo. Calculation of the break even point. Silokhuze kahle bese ke siqalisa i-topic ye cash budget mfundi. We kodwa soqala nge data collection. We do a lot of data calculation. Kodwa soqala la on the calculation of the break-even point. Because we put the wrong figures here. This figure is supposed to come here, and then there on top for administration, we do have administration for 2016. It's 144,300. And then we can do our calculations based on this one. Then Also, you do the same on 2017. The formula is exactly the same. You just look at 2017 and 2016. Siyabonga kakhulu bafundi. Nenze sure ukuthi niyapractice lapha emakhaya. Niyabuka futhi ikhasini leFacebook naku YouTube, nimamele futhi nanomsakazo wenu ohamba phambili. Siyabonga kakhulu and God bless you.
Siyathemba nifunde kahle nasithokozela isifundo sethu sanamhlanje enisethulelwe ngezilokotho ezinhle iThala libambisene neGoDigitalSA Foundation. Thamelani ke futhi esilandelayo ngesikhathi sifanayo, ningakhohlwa ukumema nabanye abafundi bebanga le-12 ukuze nabo basizakale kulolu hlelo. Uma ninemibuzo noma nifisa ukuxhumana nathi, ningasithinta ngokufaka imibuzo yenu kwinombolo yethu ye-WhatsApp ethi 068 151 1072. Mfundi, ungakhohlwa ukubhala isifundo obuza ngaso ngaphambi kokubhala umbuzo wakho. Angiyiphinde inamba yethu 068 151 1072. Siyabonga.